Aquarius, how you doing? So sunburn. Be careful, you might not. Be careful, you might not. You might be dealing with a frayed knot. It could be a hangman, could be a Pisces. But you might burn yourself. You could be dealing with the sun, which could be a Leo. I'm hearing father like son, like father like son. So some of you have got a son itself. You've got a Leo, or you're with a Leo. Or you've got a son, and this is a male energy that's watching, but they're saying that be careful also that you might burn yourself if you are doing anything around the cooker or anything around that, because they keep saying that the sun is going to burn. The sun ain't going to shine anymore. The sun and moon. So something to do with the son and the father. So for a lot of you, this is a divorce or someone that you could have been. If it isn't a divorce and separation, then it is, well, there's kind of separation here, I'm feeling. But for a lot of you, this is where your mother and father may no longer be together, and they got divorced either a long time ago or someone's just got divorced, they're saying. So I'm also hearing Devi, I'm hearing Darren, I'm hearing Aaron, I'm hearing anything beginning with D, D's nuts, D's arms of mine. I'm hearing D, Dan, Danielle, anything beginning with D. But I'm hearing though that the sun ain't going to shine anymore, the sun and the moon, so there's definitely a problem with like father like son like mother, mother, father, some sort of situation going on there between, possibly where a son goes between an ex and future partner. Say if you're the male Aquarius, then the sun is coming over in order to stay, but they're saying that the sun isn't going to shine anymore, because I'm hearing you're right, sunshine. So you're definitely dealing with a shiner. So again, you see, I'm picking up either one angina for some, or Angela, the name Angela, or a shiner, which means that someone's going to punch someone in the eye, or someone has got a black eye. Now, I don't know if this is anything to do with where children or kids are actually fighting at school and someone ends up getting a black eye, or someone has got black eyes, literally, probably a bit like me, but like black eyes, because it keeps saying black eye, or black hole sun, Chris, Cornell, or the name Chris or Christine, I'm also picking up the names of. But I'm hearing Angela or angina, some sort of angina attack. So angina is normally within elderly people, so I'm not sure what that message is. I'm sorry if you haven't seen this channel before, but this is Akashic Records channeling, okay? They're saying something to do with the sun and the moon, that the father and mother are no longer together. So if you've got an ex and you've got a child with them, that's that energy. But you can also look at your mother and father, and they may no longer be together as well. And there is something here around separation of those two energies, which is around Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Generally, if you're looking at Jen, Jelly and Juicin, John, Jason, Julian, Jasmine, all the J's. But there's some kind of separation here between a Leo, possible within the family, and then also Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, and something to do with the sun, and that the sun isn't going to shine anymore. So it feels like that you're with a water sign, or have been with a water sign for a lot of you, and there may be like dampening, like someone's very damp. The name Darren or Dam or Dan, but like damp, Rising Damp. Oh wow, that's an old TV show. Rising Damp. So I don't know if any of you, like around your house or your building, you're having something done around damp, right? Damp. I used to be a bricklayer. You could be a construction worker or a bricklayer or something like that. Bricklaying, so you could be dealing with a tower for a lot of you. But damp, okay, I'm not going to go into the complexities of what damp is. I'm sure everybody would know. It's just a black lining of stuff that goes on when you start to build a house. You put the damp course in first before you start building on top of the footings, because if you don't, then you get damp. So you've kind of got this where your walls might be going black, or something to do with the wall, around your walls, okay? I'm also hearing Wall Street, someone from London, or Wall Street, London, okay? Wolves, though, I am definitely picking up Leo energies, like big Leo energies of the wolf. Silver, that's probably you, but you're not watching anymore, probably. Don't know why. But, yeah, so there. I'm also picking up, though, something to do with this around the tower. Around the tower's been brought down, like I'm going to bring it down. It's like, can you bring this over for me? Can you bring it down? When you come over, can you bring that down for me? Okay. So you kind of got like a north north, east, south, north, south kind of energy. Travelling up north, travelling down south. Okay, so you've got London, kind of, it depends where you're looking really, at north and south, but I'm hearing, can you bring this down with you when you come? Can you bring them with you? M with you, Emily, Emma, Maria, all the M's, but can you bring them with you? My nephew. Okay, so can you bring my nephew with you is what I'm hearing. So this could be a grandmother, or your mother or someone like that also has Aquarius in their chart. So you're looking at this as an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. So say if you're watching this as a moon, say as a moon in Aquarius, your mother or father as the sun is either an Aquarius, Leo, or something like that. Some kind of cross comparison of Aquarius, okay, like paradox of what we've gone through before. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio for a lot of you. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Okay. But there is something that... sorry about that. There is something that is here, is around that when you bring them, can you bring your nephew? Like, I want to see you, but I really only want to see your nephew, and can you bring your nephew with you? Or can you bring my nephew with you, is what I'm hearing. Can you bring Neve with you? Neve or Steve? The name Neve, Steve. Can you bring Steve with you? Can you bring Neve with you? Or naive. Someone's very naive. I'm also hearing, or Eve, Adam and Eve. So something to do with Gemini is also here for a lot of you. Okay, Gemini. So can you've kind of got this big family ordeal type sort of plan. So I don't know, what birthdays is it that we're looking at the moment? Is it Taurus? Taurus. So I think it's Taurus's birthday. So what it feels like to me is that some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, or it's kind of like, can you bring them with you, and can you bring all of this stuff with you when you come? So like I said, I think that some of you here this week, you're probably going to be going to stay over at somebody's, because I keep seeing either this like grandchild or child coming, are you coming to visit, blah blah blah, are you coming to stay over, all these kind of things. Like, can you bring your luggage, can you bring your thermos? And you could be dealing with a Virgo for a lot of you somewhere. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Okay, but these can all be within your chart. Okay, but I'm hearing that, can you come with them? Like, can I bring someone with me? Or can you bring the child? I'm kind of getting this paradox of like mother, father, also of an Aquarian, because I'm picking up like a lot of Aquarius energies here. Of like, can you bring them with you? Can you bring your nephew with you? And then comes over to family, and then can you bring this, and can you bring like hors d'oeuvres or God knows what else, or can you bring Dev or Stev or Steve or Stevros, but can you bring them with you also? Okay, so you've kind of got this collection, if you like a bone collector. They keep saying something like collecting bones, skulls. Somebody likes skulls and collects bones, but can you bring all of this stuff with you, is all they keep saying. That's your main message for the week, is that there's probably a bit of travelling involved, and going to visit family, or someone coming to visit you as a mother or grandmother here. Children and kids coming to stay over and visit. What else have we got for Aquarius for this week? I don't know. I keep feeling like this overwhelmed energy, like feeling overwhelmed, like I'm overjoyed. So some of you could be Stevie Wonder. You could be dealing with a Steve, but all after time I will build up my castle of love. But they'll never know when the reason. Yeah, overjoyed. Well, I haven't heard that for a long time. That's making me go cold. So some of you might be listening to Stevie Wonder this week. One of them would be, which is my favourite song out of Stevie Wonder, really, which is Overjoyed. Overjoyed. Overjay. So someone's going to see Joyce, or Gianna, or Morgana, or Jay, Julian, Jason, Jeremy, but overjoyed, like I'm overwhelmed. They're saying like someone's overwhelmed by gratitude, but I'm hearing also attitude. Okay, so now it's changing, Aquarius. So I'm here, so Scorpio. So I'm hearing attitude, like you've got an attitude. It doesn't have to be Scorpio, it can be anybody, but I'm hearing some sort of attitude, like why have you got such an attitude with me? It's kind of like, look, you're here, and while you're here, you might as well be satisfied while you're here. But if you're here, why have you got such an attitude with me? So it feels like an adolescent child or someone goes over to visit, but they have an attitude. And it's like, well, you've got such an attitude, why? Oh man, you're going into the blame game here. Here is what I'm picking up, is that when you go over to visit someone, they come at you with a load of attitude, and you're like, look, if you're going to have a fucking attitude like that, young man or young lady or whatever, or partner, but like, if you're going to have such an attitude, then why even be here if you've got an attitude? So some of you could well be just arguing with your partner, for a lot of you, if you're in partnership, or just like, why have you got such an attitude with me here? I'm also hearing an what do they call them? An altitude test? Private flight. There you go. Right, private flight, altitude. But like Steve, Alison, Steve, or an altitude attitude test, or what do they call that? Alchemy? But like an altitude test, whatever they call that. I don't know. So any of you taking a flight test? A flight test? Flight test. Fly fishing. So some of you, you're dealing with a Pisces. Fishing. I'm just fishing. Some of you could be going on Plenty of Fish and going dating on Plenty of Fish. The old single lot out there. Plenty of Fish. It's like, well, there's plenty of fish in the sea. So some of you are moving on, and someone's saying to you, look, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Here, that's normally what they say in Britain. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Or I'm fishing for a certain fish, like there's a certain fish that I want, which is either you either work at Boongate and you are actually cooking a lot of fish, or like Boongate, London and stuff like that, and buying fish, selling fish, fish market, okay, or you're on the deli and you work in a market stall, or you work in a big shop where they deal fish, because I keep seeing a lot of fish, like look at all this fish. There's a lot of fish to pick from. There's plenty of fish here. It's like, hello madam, yeah, come in, there's plenty of fish here. Fishy, 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 come here fish. Come here fish, get in. Elijah. But something like, just get in fish. So some of you have got big references of a watery Aquarian fish, Pisces Aquarius, and it's like, get in, something like, get in, just get in. Will you just come in? Will you just come over? Will you just give over? Will you I mean, I don't know if I'm picking up on a child or not, but I'm like William or Willis, but like what's the old saying? What do you want to talk about, Willis? It's like, what are you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about? It's like, talk. You definitely got to be dealing with the Taurus. Talk. All that obsessive talking, like talk. Unless you are looking at an internet company around talk. But you're like, talk. Just speak. Will you just talk? I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Let's just talk. Okay, you got someone that's very desperate here to talk, whichever way it is. You're like, yeah, but I just want to talk. Like I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk. Oh man, this is like a child that wants something, or I don't know. I think everybody's going to take an offence to that. But I'm hearing, well, I took an offence to that. Like, this is what I've been saying to everybody, man. Whenever you're arguing, do not ever argue out of need. And I need things right away. Like, I want it right now. Like, I want something and I need it right now. Right here, right now, I want it right now. I want to rip your clothes off or something. Don't never do anything out of a desperate need for something, okay? Because if this is relating to a need of talking, but somebody doesn't, and you're dealing with Scorpio, and you add pressure and you add fuel onto the fire, so around a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sagittal? Someone's got a Satchel, Sarah. Sigil, a ritual, okay, Richie or ritual, like, really? Someone's doing a ritual, oh my god, y'all got the crazy lot, I'm gonna do a ritual. Oh man, don't start me on with another segment of like telling people that stuff like that doesn't work, right? But yeah, oh, I need to do my ritual and I have to like meditate, and it doesn't, I mean, you can believe whoever you like. Me, I never meditate, I eat basically whatever I want, right? I don't do a morning ritual, I don't use scents, I don't use sage, I don't use any of that kind of stuff. It's written within my chart. Now if any of you want to think, oh, I'm going to clear all my energy with sage, you can do that and you can spend money on it, and sure, you might believe in it, but I'm telling you out of my belief, because it's never worked, is just the fact that I've never really needed any of that shit anyway, right? But it's down to anybody else. But I'm picking up that someone likes to prepare their ritual first, where they do all of this scents and they get all the smoke going and everything else. Me, it's energy, me, you know. But you know, some people believe in all of that. I'm not going to slate anybody for doing it, but I'm hearing like I need to do all of my rituals first, and I need to like burn all of my cards, and no, the energy comes within you, right? These are just cards, right? but I don't know what this is for. But yeah, I'm getting people here that like to use all sage and smoke themselves out, or do whatever, or smoking fish, or, I mean, if any of you do all of that because of that, but if you do all of that because of your karma, like you do it, you think, right, I need to meditate and go through all my ritual because of all of this crap that's in my head, and like my karma's going to suddenly, no, your karma's going to happen whatever, right? You can't escape that. It doesn't matter whether it happens with a mum, a brother, a sibling, or a sister. It's going to happen regardless, right? So people believe also that, you know, they're doing a tarot card reading and that this isn't the future. Of course it is. You know, I don't know what that's for. But I'm hearing though that a lot of you like to do all of these kind of rituals and stuff like all that. Me, I've never been into it. It's never done anything different than me, apart from me just using all of my planetary stuff. That's all. But I don't look too far into it. But I see, I think a lot of you here, you're dealing with like a king, right? A king, or a lion king, or a king, right? Kings don't show their feelings and emotions on don't wear their heart on their sleeves. They don't do all of that kind of thing. Like men, they're just men. If you get a very stable one and you try to like come at them with that, no, I need your attention, I need you to not work, I need you to not do all of this kind of thing, I need you, you're not going to get like a clear signal out of like a man, because half the time a lot of you, you know, I think I'm treading very lightly here, but like you know, when you get a very stable man, if you try to confuse one and they don't pay any attention to a person, that's what's going to trigger a feminine energy off, because they're not paying attention to a need. So I need your loving. I need 18, so 9 and 9. So you got Virgo, you got Purgatory. So it's like, I need your loving. I need you for a minute. I need you for a minute. I need you. I mean, any of you out there ever, right, hated somebody that needs things from you all of the time, and they hang off you like a child, and you're like, man, you're hanging off every last word I say. You know, you are, you know, it's kind of like you need me, and you need me, and you need me, and you need me, but again, you got a feminine, masculine energy. So if you ever find that your man, right, doesn't really need you all the time, and then you get triggered and mirrored, well, then you've got to look at femininity, right? So you know, it's like trying to the sword in the stone, trying to get blood out of a stone. You know, you can't get feelings and prize feelings out of a masculine energy, regardless of the sign. Definitely around Scorpio and people like that, right? Because they won't show their feelings on their sleeve. They're just a stable man. Right, so if you've got stable, unstable, you'll get a reflection of a mirror that shows you instability, because you won't understand why a stable person can't commit to an unstable energy. So when you've got 2 of Cups and things like that float all around, you'll trigger this person off that will think that it's the other person. So you'll go for a blame game. I'm not saying that that's your energy here, but I'm kind of picking up some kind of confused.com, if you like, or Dominic or Dom, but like I'm confused. Discombobulated, if you like. I haven't got many more messages for you, if I'm honest. We'll have to see what I channel through this part, but But let's see. So Sue, I'm sorry, but I need to make a living. A lot of you don't understand. YouTube pays me probably after I've left a video for a whole month, right? After I've left a video and I've put it out for a whole month, out of that video from YouTube, I will probably receive about £10. £10. That does not pay the bills, right? So I have to use Patron because this is my job, right? So I can't give everything for free. Like, I can't do it for free because it's my job. I could, but I would have to get another job. Right? I spent 8 years building up a thing, right? So I do this as a main job. This is my main job, right? So I can't do it for free. If I did, I'd have to go and get another job, and I wouldn't have time to do all of this. Okay. Trust me, before anybody, because I'm picking up an energy of where people want to start charging, right? It doesn't matter. What have we got going on here? It takes years. It took me many years to build up this channel before I even started doing anything. Many years ago, I did all of this for free, to build the channel up for free. Just free, and also holding down 3 other jobs as well as doing this. For years, many years. The algorithm of YouTube isn't like it used to be. The algorithm before it changed like a year or 2 ago, used to be so easy in order to get noticed on YouTube. It was so easy because the algorithm wasn't the way it is. They changed it and they turned it all computerized now, right? So it goes off content, right? Just the luck of the draw. I believe it's around spirit, to be honest. I believe that what is meant for you is meant for you when it's meant for you. Literally. There is no stroke of luck, right? It's just the fact that if it's meant for you, it's designed in your chart in order to say that you receive certain things in your life because the universe, when you give over control to it, brings everything towards you. You know, so whether you believe in law of attraction or not, it's still a part of your destiny, of a preordained one, to say how successful you're going to be or not. Literally. That's why you get people like Bill Gates and people like that. They didn't believe in law of attraction. It was the fact that it just happened to them because they just were supposed to receive a load of money or receive a load of stuff. So it just happens, right? It just happens. So naturally, because if you force anything in life, you're pushing things away and God knows what else, right? So you cause tension, strain, works in your relationship. And I feel some of that is a message, is that when you force things too much, you push it away. A lot of people don't understand that through an error of reflection, is that you push more things away from you, right? Away from you than actually towards you. You push it, right? You push it. If you chase it, what happens? It runs, right? So if you push people and you push their buttons and you push for an answer and you force for an answer, who is the one that is pushing people away from them? Because something that is blocked internally. And I guarantee you, the name Gary or Tina, but I guarantee you in life that everybody will relate that to a childhood trauma. It isn't. It's because when the ego is intact through a fight, the first thing you do is grab hold of anything that you can in order to figure out what the fuck it is that's going on in your mind. Everybody will say or blame, yeah, well, it's because of, oh, you know what that means to me when you do that, that you trigger me off and I'm just going to now have to make a drama out of a crisis and make you believe that it was because of my father, it was because of my mother, it was because of the sun, it was because of the moon, it was because of separation. My ex used to do all of those kind of things to me. You know that makes me feel bad, blah, blah, blah. Victim mentality. A victim mentality. It's got fuck all to do with how people were treated in the past. That's past, right? In order to learn, you learn about time, right? Time is a healer, right? The greatest one of all. That's why my head is out there majority of the time, right? So everybody will also always in life will go into a victim mentality of blame, and they'll start blaming others instead of having a look at themselves. So they'll see that something is wrong with themselves because they'll think that it was all this happened in my life, and it's a domino train, a bottle top of an explosion of where everybody will say, oh, it's past her trauma, it's past life. It's bollocks. It's living presently is what it is, right? So when you live out of the past, when you have an argument of ego and you like, oh, I am so tense and I am so angry, the best thing for me to do is speak to somebody and not deal with it myself, because I have to vent my anger at my partner. I have to vent the anger at my ex. I have to blame them. So, oh, Bub, you know that that was so bad for me in my past. You know that that was all of this going on, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's your mother that's doing it. It's your father that's doing it. I tell blah, 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 so on and so forth. No, it's accountability. Being accountable for one's own actions, to be able to understand that what it is that goes on with a person normally when they go through a Taurus, or they go through 5 energies of 5 of swords, 5 of wands, argument, ego. When the ego is attached, you'll grab hold of fucking anything in order to blame what on earth is going on, because it's stuff that is truly reflected back to me that I ain't prepared to look at, boo. And because I ain't prepared to look at it, I don't want to look at you. And I don't want to talk to you at the moment because you're angry. And because you're angry, what you're going to do? Blame me. So can you blame me for walking away? Can you blame me for using the 7 of swords? Can you blame me for going in a different direction when you're really pushing me away? You're not going with the flow with Piscean energy. You're not going with the flow, right? So what are you really doing? Pushing. You're blaming me. Oh, are you blaming me? So yeah, but it's all of this stuff that you did and blah, 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 and it's all of that, and, you know, tit for tat, no, stupid energy, right? So you don't never really contact people in life, right? When you're angry, right, you let the energy settle down, because when you're starting to blame and starting to say, yeah, but it's all of this stuff and it's my parents and you know that they've done all of this to me and you know that I'm a lonely child and you know that I was and you know all this happened in my childhood, I guarantee you the majority of human beings will always blame something that happened in their life on a partner. Guarantee you in the future. They'll always say that it's someone else that's accountable for things that go on in their life, or as a conspiracy of life itself. They'll always look for something to blame. They'll always look for research on Google and shit like this. They'll look for something to grab hold of to blame. Always. Always. So when you do, what happens? People don't want anything to do with you. When they do, you'll say that it's you. Right. I think that came out of nowhere. But that's the, that's the complexities of life, is that when you're a stable person in life, you'll have no idea why someone's kind of like, oh, okay, this is not goddamn Stevie Nicks and you can go your own way because you can do your own thing. You're free to do whatever you like. If you want to think that, you can think that. You can do that if you want. You're free to do whatever you like. But not to me, you're not, because I'm stable. I'm a man, right? So you're not going to play a game with me. I won't take any notice of your need because I'm a man. I don't wear my heart on my sleeve, right? I don't give over quite easy to what it is that you need and want all of the time, right? So you get those kind of, whatever that is for, if it means anything to you, Aquarius. But because everybody will say I'm an empath, learning to be one about what empathy really is, right, is the fact that empathy really is not having empathy for anybody, because it means that I have such empathy for myself, that I have respect for myself not to argue, right? And because I have strong empathy, I feel energies and I can feel what's going on under the surface. You ain't going to know if I tell you because you're full of ego and aggression. So what's the point of me even telling you? Because you're not going to understand if I tell you that this is stemmed from a long time ago of stuff that was in your head that you never spoke about. Because you never really got that off your chest. What have you done? You've just created a rift in the timeline of pent-up aggression that all of a sudden, bam, the bottle top flows, everybody comes down in the tower, I bring everybody down with me. Because I feel down, what do I then do? I've never been wanted in life, I've never really had a stable person, I've never really had a great boyfriend, my relationship's been crap, my parents are all shouting and screaming at me, everybody else is really to blame. You know for a fact that that happened, you know you're not supposed to do all of these kind of things in life because that makes me feel bad, and now what am I doing? Low vibration, low mindset. So what do? Project that onto someone else to make them feel accountable for shit that's going on within oneself. Right? So you get a mirror, and then you get somebody that acts out accordingly to how they think. So you haven't given anybody time and patience to think. So you need patience. Right? Patience is a virtue. According to fucking Doreen. But like... Doreen, fucking hell. we're going to go on a honeymoon. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, how'd you get on with that one? Yeah, we had kids and everything. Oh, great. Brilliant. Yeah, you're going on a honeymoon, though. Speak to your friends about it. Oh, really? Speak to your friends about it. Yeah, they're going to, like, tend to my need, my emotions. They're going to make me feel better and just patch it up with a load of bullshit instead of me actually realising that when I'm okay on my own and that I really don't, my feelings are really not hurt. My feelings are not hurt. I'm not bothered. That's not fucking awful. That's a stable goddamn person in life. Someone's feelings doesn't get hurt. Because you can't hurt something that's very stable, very masculine. They'll just see it as like, well, you know, yeah, well, you're supposed to care. Am I? Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? A stable empath in life is someone that doesn't give a shit. There's someone that doesn't give a shit. They care about themselves. They care about their mind. They come first. Not someone that's raving like a raven lunatic or raven, or someone that's like John or John Craven's news round, but someone that's like glitching out and going all crazy. If someone was to connect to your computer and go, hold on a minute, let me just plug myself into a virus. What fucking happens then? Fucking hell, what's the matter with your head? I can't deal with this mirror. I can't push, blame. No, fuck that, bro. There's no way I'm going around that energy. I'm fucking going to contract your shit in your head. There's no possible way. Yeah, but I've been on an empath journey. Sure. What's it like being connected to one when they're going fucking all crazy in their head? Right? Fucking awful for the other person. So if you get a very stable man, I guarantee you'll blame them. I guarantee you'll blame them. Right? I can guarantee you, it's Gary or Tina, but I can guarantee you in life, right, that I can show you many lessons. Why is that? Because I'm a stable man. I'm a stable man. And I say that with conviction, right? Because I've been through the war, right? And I'm a stable man that's going to teach everybody to man up, right? Because if you're a feminine energy, then you're probably better off with a woman, right? And if that was a same-sex relationship, I guarantee you would get a masculine energy in that, right? So, y'all fucked. So, you know, better the devil you know. Which is, I know damn well you do this when you do it. I know damn well that when there's something going on with you. I know damn well that it stemmed from a while back. Right? But if I say that at that point and you're like, how the hell am I going to speak and get any kind of sense out of you whatsoever when you're aggressive? I think they're your kind of channeled feelings, if I'm honest, Aquarius. But sometimes they come in many shapes and forms. Sometimes they're messages, sometimes they're just a story of a feeling. I do reenact it sometimes to reenact the story of what I see. Because if I see it, I'll reenact it. Okay. But let's see what's been going on with Aquarius. No copying. But yeah. King, you see? A king, a stable one, right? Knows himself inside out, knows his worth. Worth is weight in gold. So will you wait for me? What? I'm busy. I've got loads of stuff on, right? This could also be a reflection of your family member that could be a Taurus somewhere, okay? But Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn or anybody or anything but someone that's extremely stable and knows their own worth, right? Does not wear their heart on their sleeve. We'll go back to the Magician's Table. I'm going to do one of that, Magician's Table Part 2. But here, this person will go back to the drawing board and think, well, fuck it, I'll just go back to the board of meetings. I'll just go to a meeting. I'll just go to a work. You know, I'll concentrate on what actually brings me happiness, right? Which is my work, right? So I'll go back to work. Some of you have just gone back to work. Got back to the grindstone of work here. But if there has been anything kind of like that in the past, you'll not get this person to wear their heart on the sleeve. They're a king, right? They think before they act, right? So another message for you. If this person has shown their weight in gold to you in life through their actions and not through their words, That's why this person will not show their feelings, but what they will do is show you stability. They'll show you things where they'll pay, right? They'll pay, they'll take you out, they'll probably have a very nice lavish lifestyle, but they'll pay, they'll do all kind of things, right, for you with action, Jackson, Jackie or whatever, but they'll show you things in life with action that bring stability, not emotion, right? Because this isn't an emotional card, this isn't an emotional person, it's a stable one. So if you get one that shows you things in life that are stable, then this is a stable person. And if you think this person is unstable because they won't give you any time because they work, then you're a feminine energy that's trying to get blood out of a stone here. Right? So you kind of got that. But we'll see how your reading goes, because I normally sense the reading before it happens. But let's see, Aquarius, what's been going on with Aquarius? Show me the recent past of Aquarius. Somebody rising Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Because if this is your man, that's the stable one. Right? Which means that you could be married. You could actually be in relationship, partnership, marriage here. Right? But I'm just letting you know that if there's any argument, you're not going to get through to the king, right? To take notice. Yeah, 5 of Cups. You see? Feminine. This is where people then start to use tactics, right? They'll start to use underhanded tactics in order to blame. Which is, well, did you ever really love me? Do you ever really give me any time? Do you ever really have any time off work? Do you ever really give me any kind of need in my life of being feminine? Do you ever concentrate on me other than things in your life? Why is it that you always put yourself first? If a person starts to use a tactic of blame when they're going through the 5 of Cups, they will start to wonder why this person isn't showing their feelings and emotions. It's because they're a king, straight up, no chaser. Right? So they won't show feelings and emotions. They'll just go about their own thing, doing their own thing, like Stephen King. But they'll go about their own way, doing their thing, right? Okay? So if you've got a feminine energy of 5 that is saying, listen, I need some time. Because I heard, I need a little time to work it out. It's like, yeah, I need a little time because you're not showing me all of these feelings. You're not showing me all of these emotions, so I'm going to leave. I'm leaving you. I'll promise you I'll leave. If you don't give me any time and you don't listen to me, blah, 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 I'll leave. Okay, then leave. Okay, go. If you're not happy with the king, if I'm not supporting your need and I'm not supporting you financially, or I'm not showing you a good time by being a stable king, if you ain't satisfied then, boo, then you go. Right? Off you go, off you pop. Right? So the feminine energy gets very down that the king won't show emotion. You ain't going to get that, ever. You'll never really get that out of the king. They won't show their feelings and emotions that well. They'll show it with action, but why on earth is somebody not here happy with a king? So, if you are, well then this is your father or stepfather, right? This is the ex. It's the person that you feel or think that has caused you the most amount of trauma in your life. Yeah, but it was my dad. It was the person from like years ago that done all of this to me. So it made me feel down. No. A human being, trust me, will say that they're definitely within their rights in order to do that. They will, trust me. They'll grab hold of anything out of an hour of desperation to be desperate in order to be seen. Right? I'm desperate in order for you to open up. And if you don't, I'm gone. Okay. And then 5, what we went through channeled wise, right? Where I was grilling you lot, right? You're not opening up your feelings. You're not opening up your emotions. You know that my dad or my mum used to do all of this kind of thing to me. They never used to give me any attention. I was a lonely child. And now I'm in a relationship. You're making me feel lonely. So everybody will blame me for saying, toughen up, man up, right? To be one of these, right? Trust me, I'll get the blame from some fucking lunatic in the comment section, or not like to hear the truth. They won't. They won't. Work is about being prepared to listen to it. And if you can't listen to the truth, and you can't understand what is right in front of your eyes, well then what you get is blame of trying to manipulate someone's emotions, of saying to them, if you don't do this, I'll leave. Well then who's the controlling one? Because you will not control a king. Through a mirror you will see that they are, because they do their own thing. Right? So for the people that are not prepared to listen and want their feelings tend to by a feminine reader that tends to people's feelings, says, oh, you know what, you know, really, is the fuck is that going to help? Right? Man up. Right? I'm being serious. Not really, but just kind of, right? Because you see my demeanour, right? You see my demeanour. It's about being fair and it's about being balanced within full tact of my feelings, my emotions. I know when to. It's not sociopath, right? It's about knowing the right consistency of adding a feeling through a reflection of like stability, but it's also a general way of kind of knowing myself, right? And because I know when to be genuine, I know when I'm pissed off, and I know that when I'm fed up and frustrated, and I'm frustrated with you being feminine, because you're so sorry, that is a little bit tactless, but Aquarius, third house also, right? Also Venus. So here, you kind of get this where, you know, it's not fair, right? It's not fair. Unless it's an affair, and then you don't stay around for that because you don't get trapped like a doormat. But that may be what could be happening. I'm not staying around to be trapped like a doormat for you to not give me any attention. You won't get attention out of a king. I'm sorry, but you won't. They won't give you any attention. And because they don't, they'll just cause more of a mirror. They'll cause more of a trigger, a cause and effect. You're causing an effect on me now. You're infectious. Right? I'm addicted to your love. I'm addicted. Why can I not leave you alone? Because you're stable. Right, right, Aquarius. I love you guys, but you know, to have that right consistency of knowing when to pull on a charm is kind of like, you know, it's endearing to people. So it leaves addiction, right? It means that there is something about you that I love, but why do you not ever show it? Because I'm a king. Right? Because I'm a king, because I'm stable. I don't do that sort of thing. Right? So you get a feminine energy that pines after a king. Right? So you get judgment. So you get breakup. Because you feel that they don't open up their feelings enough to what you need. They won't. You know, they won't. Because they're a king. So if you beg for an apology, or you beg in order for like reconciliation of like, oh, okay, I made a real big mistake. Okay, I made a big mistake. I'll actually want you back. But a lot of you probably out there are shouting and screaming, saying, no, I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Here, right. This is also Judgment Day, right? So it's having a look deep inside of oneself of why you are open to this. Because are you open for discussion, or are you just literally watching this in order to just blame the other person that you're actually not? You are. You are, because you wouldn't be watching it, right? So if you're not watching it for that, what you could be watching is the fact that there could be a funeral here within the family somewhere, within the family or the soul group. Soul group. All this week, all this time I've been doing these readings for the weeklies, I told you through those, if you've watched them, where I've witnessed 4 deaths. 4 deaths, the death certificate, right? That's what I'm hearing through this also, but the death certificate, right? So this is where there has been 4 people that have physically passed in my life here that I know of. Some are sick, some that I've seen for a while in my visions and in my head who these people are, but I can't tell people that. I can't go contacting people I haven't spoke to in a long time in order to say, you know what, I've actually seen this and I need to tell you. No. No, 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 no. Okay. But believe you me when I tell you that through the past reflections of the readings that I've done, I've never really been fully honest with everybody because I can't be. Right, that's not you guys. I'm on about things that I see in my head. Right, there was a Fred, right, Freddie, he has actually now passed, right? But I see that a while ago because I was enacting things that he used to say and that he used to do, and I could see it in my head, right, of that happening. A few months ago, quite a few months ago, where I said Drop Dead Fred, the film, Snotface, Drop Dead Fred, okay? That happened a week ago-ish, just under a week ago, I found out that he actually did pass, right? Prince Philip, 41 gun salute, Capricorn rising, in the Capricorn reading, right here. So you could have witnessed a lot of things of loss here, where people, I'm sorry for their expression, but are dropping down like flies. But is a bit of a bad expression. But here, there's been a lot of illnesses. These are doctors, and oh, Deb, you might be going for your interview here, right? Future, because this is needing to get something. Okay, but yeah, for a lot of you, there could be a lot of illnesses, like physical illnesses here, because it's been Scorpio, the Scorpio moon, and everything else that's all kind of conjunct and gone into. You know, what it does, it means time. When your number's up, your number's up. It just means that it doesn't matter what you do in life, your number's up. You know, you've got an invisible watch around your wrist, and it basically means that when you've accomplished everything in your life that you set out to do, you basically just pass on, you know. But everybody will see that as a bad, you know, obviously a human being would see that as loss, right? Yeah, so here there could be illness, because this person here, this would also be me. What happened in the past when I had my vaccination here. This is illness, shivering, cold. Oh God, I was like that, like for a good few hours. Like, oh Jesus Christ, like oh, like, and I had spasms throughout my whole body. And then the next day, extremely drained and tired, and then. Yeah, then basically day 3 I got over and started work again, really, after about 2.5 days, because I had the vaccination about 3 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it takes a while for it to kick in. But, you know, I've even got people that say, no, you're supposed to look on Google and look at all of these. No. Look at Google. I've got a headache, right? I've got something wrong in my head. I've got a pain in my head. Let me go on Google and have a look. What does it say? Tumour. Does it? Yeah, pain in the head. A tumour can be caused by... Really? Oh no, God, now I've lost my goddamn mind. I'm turning into conspiracy theory. I need to make sure everybody else don't. Do what you like. I don't force it upon anybody. Me, I just took it. I don't give a shit. But I just took it. Because I see the fact that I wanted to. That's why I did it. I don't tell anybody else to take it or not to take it. I am picking up a conspiracy person here, though, maybe within the family, that's telling everybody not to do all of these kind of things. If you get anybody in life that tells you not to do it, don't listen to them. It's up to you what you want to do as an individual, right? Just don't shed your complaint system in the comment section, right? Because it gets deleted. Just keep it to yourself. If that's your opinion, keep it to yourself, right? Or spread some sort of campaign, right? Well, like that came up in another one, the smear campaign. Some of you have probably gone for a smear test, or you're probably like pregnancy, all those kind of things, and gone and have a look at things down below, or to the hospital, doctors, all these kind of things, right? But this can also be a smear campaign of someone set out in order to blame someone and let them know how awful the other person made them feel, drained, tired, upset, emotional. If this is loss, obviously emotional, right? Granted. But I'm also picking up that somebody here, through an hour of feeling upset, makes the other person feel accountable for making someone feel upset. So they can put on tears, right? So then they'll start to blame and say that it's your fault for being a king, for why you're not showing me feeling emotion. I've got all these pent-up feelings that I haven't let go of for so long that I'm now going to let you have it and let you know exactly how accountable you are for your actions, young king. No. Wise king. Wise king. Wiley. I'm hearing James Wiley. You right, James Wiley cat? But like well, Leo maybe, but James Wiley, or James, Julia, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, or Jamie. Okay, Jamie and the magic torch. What's the King of Pentacles for? King of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Y'all confuse a king. You put them in stand-up time out. It's like, well, I'm going to put the king in time out. I'm going to force your hand to make a decision because you're not making one. So I'm going to make you accountable for that, and I'm going to force your hand to make a decision. That's why you got a breaker. That's why this person said, fuck then, don't. Don't then. You're not going to force me to make a decision. You're not going to give me an ultimatum. It's either me or them. I mean, if someone's cheating on you, then obviously pick up your carcass and leave the person. Right? That's obvious, right? But, well, half the time I don't really know what people think. Well, but, you know, Two of Swords here, you're not going to give this person an ultimatum in order to make a decision, because it feels to me like the feminine energy spat the dummy out and left here. But obviously if someone's cheating, well then, but if someone doesn't cheat and they're not cheating and this is a stable man, then fucking you got quite a few lessons to go through. I'm honest, you know, being honest. I speak out my mouth. I don't hold things in. If it happens, I say it right there and then. That's pissed me off. I'm going to say, right? And then drop it, right? I use my chart according, right? There's something on my chest. There's something I've got to say, right? Bam. Say it. Now drop it, right? Some people like to hold all of that in for a long time before I explode in your face and give you all of these lists of demands to make you feel as if you're to blame for something that could have happened a fucking long time ago. That's what I'm saying. Someone then will start saying, yeah, but you know, a long time ago, you know, back in 1964 when you lost that stick, that's mine. Right? So here, you know, all of these things that you did, no, I'd forgot about them, bruv. I'd forgot. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, well, that's what I wanted. Sorry. What, for hurting your feelings? Really? What are you so emotional for? Scorpio also, but Libra. Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Magician. Basically use this in the opposite direction. Realise that I am going to manipulate you in order to get what I want. If I can't manipulate you, I'm just going to blame you for everything to do my best to let you know that you're accountable and you're a fucking narcissist for controlling your own emotions by putting yourself first, right? So I'm basically going to use this, and this might as well be in reverse here. You know, I'm going to do my best in order to confuse you by letting you know of all of these things that you did for me as a king, like that spoke to me, that kind of give me stability in life, that give me money, that put clothes on my back, that basically took me out, that did all of these kind of things. And now you're ungrateful for me being a King of Pentacles? Don't be so fucking disrespectful. That's probably what happened, right? Someone's like, you ain't going to disrespect me. Yeah, well, you ain't going to disrespect me either. Okay, then you do your thing, I'll do mine. Right? Here. Five of Cups with the Magician, whether that be upright or in reverse, is using one's emotions against them to hold them accountable for their actions. But like I said, if you guys are in a third-party cheating scenario, then what the fuck are you doing in it? You can't hold anybody accountable for those actions. Only yourself. Right? Sorry, but you can't. Well, you can do what the fuck you want, but you'll do that forever. With Trevor, right? But you'll do that forever. Right? So you'll hold everybody accountable for things that happened in the past and let everybody else know the fact that it were things that happened a long time ago, right, that I'm still not forgot about, that if you hurt my feelings and emotions, I'm going to let you know it was because of all of these things in my life. That ain't going to get you nowhere. That will get you nowhere. Me, I've had a fucking awful situation go on through my life. I dropped it a long time ago, right? It adds no clarity in my mind, the fact that my feelings ever really get hurt, because I have peace of mind. I let it go very quickly, right? I have a way now of just like having such a stable mind that it's kind of like, fuck, brother, I'm not really bothered. It's up to you, right? It's up to you, you know. I let all that go. It doesn't hold any clarity. It doesn't hold any substance of negative things in your head to sit and dwell on it. Not as a king. It won't. It'll come across as arrogant, right? That you don't have any quality about you where I'm trying to force you to do a Five of Cups. I'm forcing you to think negatively. Fuck that. You're not giving me an ultimatum. You might as well fuck off. Doesn't have to be said, but it's definitely felt. Right? Judgment. So you get judgment. Yeah, and then you come steaming back in, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Come steaming back in with an apology for my behaviour that originally was yours. I mean, people, man, honestly, I love this, me, because it makes me laugh. It does, I'm sorry. But I always see the humour out of it. I'm like, man, like, oh, now I made a mistake of manipulating you. I realised I can't. No. So, no, you can't force my hand to be a manipulator. Right? Yeah, but you're manipulative. So then why the fuck do you want to be with me? If I'm that bad as a king, right, that you've been forcing to make a decision, then why the fuck is it that you actually want to be with me? Whose fault is it? Right? So this is where everybody goes, no, that's an hour of channeled messages, right? Just think, right? If I'm giving people, I need support in order to be able to give all of these for people, in order to be able to do it. It's a platform to find subscribers and also patrons, right? But you're also getting your past, which is the future of the past, of stuff that you didn't join and now see, right? So if you'd have seen all of that and the advice that I give people, which is, look, this is going to happen, just be careful of this energy. Oh, I didn't watch that. I just went and watched loads of others and forgot, right? Not saying you can do what you like, but what I'm saying is don't blame me if I'm telling you on the other side not to do something and that this is more than likely going to happen if you do, and you haven't watched that and you hold me accountable for it because of the shit that you didn't watch. I ain't going to be accountable for that. That's up to you. That's why I try to give everybody as many readings as I possibly can for their money, right? But there's your past. If you would like your future, this goes to the full access bundle now. Now the monthly is over, so that is over there as well as both tiers. But if we're looking at the full access bundle, your monthly is there for May, and then you'll get 4 weeklies, and then you'll obviously get another reading for the next month when that comes out before the month end. Okay, so you get shitloads basically. So you, basically at the moment you get this reading and another 3 weeklies and then your monthly, and then a monthly that's over there. But it does what it says on the tin. You get full access to everything all of the time. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and all of the readings that take me hours in order to do. Okay, so if you would like that, then feel free in order to subscribe to get the rest of the messages that come out for your weekly. Okay, but keep in mind that you will get also every other reading that comes out this week, this month. Okay. And they will hopefully be done 1st, 7th, you know, so on and so forth. Okay, so weeklies. So there you go. So that's your reading. You can find the video below that explains everything for Patreon. You can find an email provided below for also personal readings that I also do. Okay, and then also the link for Patreon. Okay, but I appreciate any like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, because I nearly said Sagittarius, but Aquarius. Okay? All right, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.